What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, the Ford F-100 Slammed Edition. This is a stunning truck. I love it. I spent $5,325 buying this truck, and we currently have $3,095,869 and nothing in my inventory. So whatever we spend on this car will go against the profit from here on in this video. So what are we going to do to it today? We are going to put performance parts, and it is a slammed truck, so we are going to make it look as good as we can. And if it looks nice enough at the end, I may actually keep this one. So let's get it over to the car wash, get this thing cleaned up and ready to work on. Here we are then. Let's get her cleaned. What colour is it underneath all this dust? Brown. Brown rusty colour. I believe it's white, but all the panels are rusted. So let's get this interior cleaned. Let's get it back to the ramp and let's get the engine out ready to be worked on. There's the gearbox out. Let's grab the engine crane, get this engine lifted out, and then we can get this entire vehicle stripped down to the bare bones, ready to start working on it. So let's just get stuck in, and now we've got that engine out nice and easy. So here we are, everything is completely stripped down to the bare bones on this lovely Ford F-100. Looking still a bit sorry for itself, but soon enough that is going to change, because we are now going to get this frame welded up lovely and shiny and new, and then we're going to start putting everything back together. So let's grab the welder, get you moved over. Hopefully you're not 11,500. Note 500, that's good. And then once this is done, we can get the body panels back on, ready to go over to paint, so we can decide what colour this stunning truck is going to be. Here we are, all the body panels on, looking a lot better than it was before. I did have to buy all new panels, nothing was repairable, it was that sorry of a state. But let's jump over to the paint shop and pick a colour for this. Here we are then, I've gone for this lovely baby blue, which is a factory colour with all the black trim everywhere. I've got black trim in the bed, black wing mirrors, black door handles, black everything. Looks absolutely gorgeous. I love how this has turned out. But next up, we've got to get all that suspension back on. I've got to get it all painted, colour matched to the truck. So let's go see how we get on with that. Quick look at the suspension. The suspension is quite basic, just black and white today, but let's have a look. It's looking quite nice though. I have got some other bits in the suspension, so let's get it on the truck. Here we are then, all the suspension completed in this baby blue and a black and white on the suspension and the brake calipers there. Looking absolutely stunning, very happy with how this turned out. And I think I've done quite a good job at colour matching it there. Let me know what you guys think, but let's jump in and get the wheels sorted out. Here we are then for the wheels. I've gone for the rim Retro 11 with some white wool tyres. They are looking really nice, painted to match the car. Obviously, they're both 19-inch front and back, 315mm width at the back with the 35mm profile, and 265mm at the front with the 30mm profile. Let's get them on the truck. Here we are then, they look absolutely stunning, tucked in behind them fenders there. I think that's a really good size wheel and a really good choice of tyre to go with that. Looking incredible, very happy. Let me know what you guys think. But let's get on and get this engine bay sorted out, ready for the engine to go in. That's the engine bay all sorted out, looking shiny and new in there. It is time to run on over and get this engine rebuilt back up. Beautifully colour matched, I hope. Let's see how it turns out. Let's jump in and get this done. That's one beautiful looking engine all finished. Time to get it dropped into this truck. And we are very nearly finished with this one now. Let's get you dropped in. Let's have a look at how good you look. That looks incredible. And that is really well colour matched as well. I am very happy with how that's turned out. That looks insane. That's cool. Let's get on. Let's get the exhaust and the gearbox and the fuel tank back in and get this truck finished and outside. And there she is, all done, lovely and finished, looking beautiful. All the liquids are topped up in there, looking absolutely stunning. I love, love, love how this truck has turned out. I love how that interior looks in there. It looks incredible from what we can see. But this blue is a lovely colour. The rims are a lovely colour. The truck itself, apart from the suspension that's sticking out the back there, but apart from that, it is absolutely glorious. Such a nice truck. But let's get in and see how this truck sounds. I can't get in. I cannot sit down in this truck. So we'll skip that, sadly. Let's get over to the dyno and see what power this truck puts out. Now, I had been skipping some of the dyno, but as we don't get to hear the engine because we can't sit down, I figured we'd hear it all rumble here. And listen to that grumble. That sounds beautiful in the background there. Loving that. Well, we had 498 starting horsepower on this truck. We put performance parts on it apart from the engine heads because I wanted to paint them, and we gained 341 horsepower, leaving it a total of 838. Let's see what it does on the track. Here we are then at the track. This is about my 100 millionth attempt. You can hear it scraping and dragging along because it is so slammed to the floor. So hard to drive because I didn't put the slicks on it. It just slides everywhere. Honestly, it has taken me so long to get this. So let's try. Hopefully I can make it to the end of this one. Obviously I do have my controller out. So far 305. We have just beaten that, thank God. What can I get it up to? Come on, truck. You can do it. Sorry for the noises. Come on. There we go. See, it just slides all the time. But we'll settle for that. 366 kilometers an hour. That's quite acceptable to me. Here we are then for the final walk around the truck. 366 kilometers an hour puts it 14th on the speed leaderboard, which isn't bad for a truck, to be honest. But let's have a look around. This thing is absolutely beautiful, obviously apart from the suspension there. If you are going to download this, there are a few issues, I will say. The license plate obviously at the front, that's lost all its numbers. I don't know if that's the license plate or the truck. The fact that you can't sit in the front is a bit of an issue with this one, and the suspension is sticking out the back. But the worst bit, I'm going to show you a clip now while I'm editing for the worst part. Yeah, as you can see, sometimes when moving the truck, you fall through the ground or you jump into the air really high. So just be careful if you do download this config or this mod. I'm not 100% which it is that's causing the issues, but something there is causing it to play up a little bit. Anyway, I'm still undecided whether I'm going to keep this truck or not. So let's see how much money we have made out of it. There's that extra squeezed horsepower out of that engine there. But let's have a look at the figures, the important one. $73,883 sale value. Bearing in mind I did spend $5,325 buying the truck, and we have spent $48,932 modifying the truck today, leaving our total spend at $54,257, which puts our profit at $19,626. It barely seems worth selling it, so to be fair, I am going to keep this truck. As a shop truck, it's going to sit in front of the shop. It's going to be just there in the background, chilling out. Might show up in a few pictures here and there, but I am going to keep it. I do love how it looks, even with its bugs that it's got, which is a shame, but I do love how this looks. So we're going to keep it. We're going to move it into bay number 3 on the outside and just leave it sat there looking pretty. Oh, and there we go. It happened again. I fell through the floor. Anyway, let's not dwell on this truck. It is a shame that these things happen, but it is a very beautiful mod nonetheless. I will leave a link in the description to the truck and to the configuration below. But let's have a look for next time. We have this lovely Porsche 911 Turbo S 964 from 1993. Absolutely stunning. I love the turbo 911s. They are beautiful. I love the huge wing on the back to cover up that big turbo and intercooler that sits out there. It is just an absolutely stunning car. What are we going to do with it? Unsure. Definitely going to put performance parts in it and make it as fast as we can. And definitely put some slicks on it after the trouble I had today. But that is going to be it for today's video. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Maybe even consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.